Hello, my name is Brad Utter. I'm a senior historian and curator at the New York State Museum. And we're standing here with our 1932 Packard Touring Twin 6. It belonged to Franklin Delano Roosevelt when he was the governor of New York. He purchased this on his own dime in 1932 and purchased it from L.R. Mack, which was a Packard dealer. He was a Packard dealer at the time located on Central Avenue in Albany. We actually have the delivery photo. This is a middle-of-the-road luxury vehicle at the time for Packard. They had fancier versions of this car. And my personal guess is that he didn't get the very best because it was during the Depression, and as a politician, he's concerned about the optics of it. But this is a 7-passenger vehicle, and you can see 2 up front. He didn't drive this vehicle. It wasn't fitted out for him to drive. He would have had a chauffeur. Sometimes we've seen him in the front, and we've also seen him sitting in the back. Here you've got some blankets. They're hanging on the bars for cooler weather. These windows slide out, or they open up to block the wind. And inside, we've got some original leather, and then we've also got some vinyl that was put in around 1959, we believe. There are, you may be thinking, where are the 7 seats? There are 2 in the front, 3 here, and then there are some fold-out seats here. There are 2 fold-out seats that come down, which I won't do. Well, I can move this, but they come down. And we'll walk around the front, and I'll tell you a little bit about this. This is the governor's flag, and whenever the governor is in the vehicle, we fly the flag, as did Roosevelt. And it's got 4 stars on it, on the state flag. The 4 stars symbolize the governor's office. And I'll show you where this hooks into the front of the car. We also have the original trunk, the original travel trunk that would have sat on the back. That's in storage. Goes on to here. And we'll look around the front, show you some unique things. Here's where the flag fits in. It's got a flag holder and also has a parade light for when Roosevelt was in the car. It's not connected anymore. And this is really neat. The hood ornament has got NY and 4 stars. Again, the 4 stars represent the office of the governor. When Roosevelt became president in 1933, he actually donated the car to the state of New York. And I've got my cheat sheet here, but other governors continued to use it. Governor Herbert Lyman used it. He was in office from 1933 to 1942. And Governor Charles Paletti used it, even though he was governor for just 29 days. Governor Thomas Dewey was next in line, and he actually chose not to use it. He purchased a Cadillac for his work. Roosevelt must have liked Packards. When he went on to become president, he also purchased a new Packard for that role. At one point, when he was running for president, I saw an article in the New York Times that said this was the most photographed car in America because it would get on the train and they'd bring it to places and he could drive around. I would love to see proof of that it's the most photographed car in America. The problem is a lot of the photographs are close-ups of Roosevelt sitting in the car or standing, and not of the actual car itself. So if you're out there watching and you have a picture of this car, we'd love to see it. Please check me out on the website and send it to us. One of the neat things about the license plate, this is the latest license plate for this car. The original license plate actually said New York 2. It had a big 2 on it. And that was because Governor had two vehicles. And his other vehicle was number 1, and this was number 2. I believe that he utilized this one more in the warmer months, although it does have the top and we have the original side curtains. It probably was still quite cool in the wintertime to drive in it. Let's take a look at the engine. This was, Packard called this a Twin 6 at the time. It's really a V12, and it went on to, they shortly went back to calling it a 12. They called it Twin 6 at first. It was a throwback to a model they had in the 19-teens. So going for a marketing standpoint. But you can see it's water cooled, and it's got a fan here as well. It does have an electric fuel pump, which was an addition. So this car was never really restored, but rather preserved. It was kept in running order. So the 3 governors after Roosevelt used the vehicle, and then it got turned over to the OGS fleet, so the state vehicle fleet. And luckily, there were a couple people who worked in the fleet who really appreciated this car and kept it in running order. Every so often, one of the governors would sign it out and use it for an event. 1982, it was used for Queen Beatrice to tour the Empire State Plaza. It's been to numerous state fairs, and one story that's told is that it was in 1959, Nelson Rockefeller got it cleaned up, and it was driven out to Buffalo for the opening of the Thruway, for a section of the Thruway. I haven't seen any pictures of that, so again, if you have pictures, please send them our way. Okay, just going to put the hood down. Which is delicate. I'll open the vents to help keep the engine cool. All right, well, let's go for a ride. So the car has about 40,000 miles on it. One of the neat features of this vehicle is it has what they called a freewheeling, finger-free wheeling transmission. And what that was is it mimicked an automatic transmission because it would engage a vacuum pump to pull the clutch in, and then you could shift without using the clutch. It didn't prove terribly effective, and so they discontinued it. This model has it. I've never used it. This has a 3-speed manual transmission, so up to the left is reverse, straight down is first, and then second and third. And the gear ratios are pretty tight for first and second, so once you get moving, you get into second pretty quickly, and then third once you get up to speed. Also, what's interesting that you don't see on cars today, although actually you do, if you have cruise control on, but your throttle speed can be controlled up here as well. So if you don't want to use your foot throttle, you can use a hand throttle. That was a common feature in higher end vehicles, even in the 1920s. Then also you can control the lights from up here. All right, let's roll. There's no power steering, so it is a bit of a challenge at times.